I think from now on, what I'm going to do if I have any thoughts to express, other than just updates on things, I think I'm going to do posts and videos because I just, I, I feel so bad. Like, I really feel so bad. I really feel like I got carried away and I just don't feel very good about it. So, stories are going to be for updates and posts only from now on. Updates and posts only. So, that's what it's going to be for. I do not want my story to be long. Actually, I want you to be able to watch my stories. You'll probably not want to watch my stories and hear me going off about something. I apologize for that. I don't apologize for what I said. I just apologize for ranting because what I said had a lot of value. It's just I want you to take what I said seriously. So you're going to see a lot more posts from me. It's not better than me going on and ranting and raving. I think it is. So expect the post to go up quite a bit. Expect a lot of posts. I don't want a repeat of today. I like what I'm trying to avoid today, and I just think I'm getting too carried away with not only this, but just social media. And I just like my inner authority is telling me, take a break. Just take a break. And that's what I need to do. Because I am letting this get carried away and I do not want to share my personal life and my thoughts on stories. I don't feel like that's the place to do it. And the other reason is that from now on, you can go back and see the post. It may be, because who's gonna watch, to get to, because I make highlights for my for the months. Every month I make a highlight, and you have to go through to the whole thing to hear what I have to say. And so I want you to see the post and know this is the post about this thing. So I share things on stories because I want to express them and I don't want to make posts. But actually, what I'm realizing is posts are the way to go because it's going to stop me from going off. It's going to stop me from oversharing too much information. It's going to stop you from tuning out. I want more viewers to tune into my stories. I don't want you to not watch my stories because, oh, this person rants and raves and goes on and on. I don't want that. I don't want to become carried away with it. And so I'm stopping it right here in its tracks. I'm stopping it right here in its tracks. And I'm nipping it in the bud and saying, no, I'm not going to get carried away with this. I am going to do this in a way where you can take me seriously, where you can really understand what I'm talking about and what goes on in a way where so I mean any thought that I have, anything about my personal life, anything, it will be shared in a post from now on. Only posts and updates that don't need to be posts on Instagram will be posted from this point forward. The highlights probably won't be as interesting, but I'd rather have that than the other. So on the stories, I'll share my posts, I'll share others' posts, and I'll share updates about things. That's it. Everything else that I have to say will be in post from this point forward so that this doesn't happen again. Because I do not want this to happen again. I don't want to be seen and looked at this way. Like, genuinely, I don't. So I'm going to stop talking about that because I think I've emphasized that point enough. So the features on this include make me create video. Whoops, of course my reel was posted on Facebook. Getting updates. Dang it. Okay, I X'd out of that window. This is what happens with technology. Sorry about this. Sorry, I'm trying to find my thing here. So, um, and I don't go off and rant and rave in my videos like this. Otherwise, I really would take it down. I really would take it down. Like I've never done that, and there's a reason why, but I'm going to do that from now on. And I think that when I do that, it will help me. It's in a format where it'll help me calm down and really deliver the information in a way that I can have time to deliver the information because stories only gives you a limited amount of time. And I could just go on and on and on, and I don't have time. So with videos, I have time, and it doesn't sound like I'm ranting and raving the way that the stories are set up. So this is how you can take any thought that I have seriously. So that's what I want, is for you to enjoy my content. I mean, thank goodness I only have 133. Okay, I'm just saying this. I gained a follower and I went on and on and on. I mean, that's unbelievable. But I'm gonna stop it in its tracks. Um, so I forgot what I was gonna say again, so I'm going to just get to my point. So create video. There's a make me move feature. There's a photo to video where you can literally take a photo and you can get suggestions from the photo. Like I'm looking here and a suggestion. I mean, you may not watch all the videos that I do, but it's better to be seen making videos about my personal life and my opinions than ranting on stories. It's way better. I think it's way better. And I mean, one thing I'm going to say about this that I have to say, I do think it is a little bit embarrassing. I do think it's a little bit embarrassing, and I don't want that to happen again. So I hope that you're seeing this. If you saw my stories, and or maybe you haven't. So one of the suggestions is a gentle whoosh as the view becomes a fluffy cloud. That's one. That's as an example. Another feature that they have is an image feature, where you can where you can and by the way, if you have not gone back and watched the other uh, posts from this, then I would encourage you to do so because I introduced this post in that post. So I want more people to tune into my post when it comes to what I say. Okay, so photo to video, create video, and it gives you, basically gives you a little, you can pick an image and then turns it into a video, basically. You can do a background where you can choose a background, but I don't find that very, I'm not most drawn to it because it just doesn't give you that background. And what can I say to that background? I mean, what can I say? Maybe I can just come up with a random background in my shorts and talk about it whenever I do shorts on my YouTube channel. I'm not putting this on YouTube because this is not concerning YouTube. This is concerning Instagram and Facebook where my stories are shared. So it would not be appropriate to share this on YouTube. Then the final feature is music, which I've been playing a lot around with. You type in a subject, any subject. You type in what does it sound like the genre of music. And then you type in how does the music feel. You can use any word imaginable as long as it's a feeling descriptor. And then you create the thing. So let's just say I wanted to put in um, um, just astrology. Like I've done this before. It's a short. Will come out on my channel. Um, which that's the okay. That's I did the genre, not the, so astrology. Let's say I put in astrology, and then you just I want you to know the full picture. I don't want to bore you with the details, but I want you to know the full picture. That's the point of what this thing can create, what this feature can create. I want you to know the full extent of it, and I don't think that I can do that appropriately and well on stories. So just in case I do go on and on because my Gemini is just like crazy right now. Um, and I may talk a lot and go on and on more on my stories and make sure more on my stories. So like I know that about myself and I'm addressing it right here, right now when I'm just aware of it. And yeah, so anyway, anyway, the genre is choral. The mood is angry. Let's just, put in an angry, example. And let's see what it creates. This is just an example. It's not something that I'll post. This is just kind of showing you, and actually, if you can see my phone, I'll just show you, like I'll show you things on these posts, like books I got or something, and you may actually find that more interesting than a story because I want you to be able to again digest my stories, watch my stories. So anyway, um, this is just loading, so that's why I'm kind of talking. Okay, so it gives you lyrics, then it gives you three tracks to play. You choose the one that works for you. You do that. So that's basically what the feature does. The issues or not issues that I have with it. Let me address my fear first of all. I'm afraid of the content that I produce on there because I'm afraid that I may produce something and it may go against YouTube's guidelines of copyright. I'm afraid for that. I'm afraid for my channel being taken down or flagged, or my YouTube channel being taken down. And I can actually get more personal in these things than I can in stories. So you will never see that many stories on my thing ever again. I just want to say that. So, um, so, okay, this is where I'm going to pause and go back to what I was saying. What was I saying? What was I saying? So I was talking about the stories, or the not the stories, but the and actually I'll edit this out. So you're probably not seeing this. That's the benefit of this. I may just edit out all my videos from now on. So I said in the last post I wouldn't edit this, but I'm going to edit it. I'm going to edit it and take the time to do that. And that's well, actually, I'm not going to edit it because that would take way too much time, and I am not. No, absolutely not. So you're going to see me pausing and doing all that. You're going to see it. Just get used to it. So I'm afraid that my channel is going to be striked and flagged, Jewel, for an identity theft or copyright theft. So so I'm afraid for that. Um, like I'm actually going to post this to my stories tomorrow, so that it doesn't look like I'm going on and on and on. And I'm not going to update anything in my stories because I've done enough stories. So I think for the rest of today, it's just going to be posts from now on because like I have done enough and I need to stop and like I need to have an off button to this, especially this issue. So, um, so these hosts and basically I'm editing this so if I cut off then you can see the next post for what I do talk about because there's only a limited amount of time you can have for what's it called? Uh, video link. I'm going to leave everything up because I no longer delete things anymore. I can't delete things. In short, one of the things I said in the stories that I expressed is I deleted a lot of videos in the past. I deleted a lot of videos compulsively and impulsively and obsessively. And I cannot delete what I've done. And I want to censor myself to the point of where I feel comfortable, where if I feel uncomfortable with it, I will censor myself. I will not censor the opinions that I have, beliefs that I have, the things I want to share. Because A, I don't curse and many other reasons. I'm not going to censor that, but I may just censor the format that I give the information, and that may naturally censor the way I deliver the information. Because stories is not the place to take this kind of issue seriously. A video or videos would address this more, um, um, seriously. I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this and I'm going to post it on my YouTube channel. Just parts of it, not the part about Instagram and stories and all that, because they deserve to know because it's YouTube. And hopefully, after this, I will not continue just dwelling on this. But I want to take care of this and get it taken care of. And I don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I just so anyway, um, I don't um copyright theft, identity theft. What was I saying? So I was talking about my channel, copyright theft, um, identity theft. Like I'm afraid for those things to happen. And um, and what I was trying to express on my stories is that um, I will not um, first of all, that feature, first of all, when you sign on to YouTube, you do not have, and I may not get to everything in these videos, but if I don't get to everything, I'll just post another thing and get it out because this is my thoughts and opinions as I can because it's Instagram. And so I'm utilizing my stories and I'm substituting my Instagram stories. What I talk on Instagram stories, I'm substituting that with videos instead from this point forward. No matter what it is, thoughts, opinions, um, beliefs, it'll be on videos from this point forward because there will be way more. I can assure you there will be way more. And I don't want my stories to be that long. That is like my thing was way too long. Way too long. Way too long. You're seeing this in parts, so you're not hearing me rant and rave about it. If you want to take a break, you can come back and see the other parts. So that's good that again it has the time limit for the things you can produce in this case. Because my videos have been longer because I've been having more to say. They will be long, but I do not want to rant and rave. I don't want to rant and rave and go on and on. It's not to say that I won't get passionate, but at least I'll do it in video form and not story form. That's what I want to address. That I think that's so important to address. Hopefully, I'm not repeating myself with this. Um, so when you sign on to YouTube, you'd like ask yourself, when you sign on to YouTube, if you're a creator or you're just signing in, do you get article telling you about these are the rules, these are the restrictions, these are the features of YouTube, let's give you a tour, like all these articles. I mean, do you um get all these things about these articles about all the restrictions and all the rules, especially the copyright? No, you don't. No, you do not get these restrictions or these um documents. And so most people are not going to read through those documents because they don't have time and they have better things to do with their time. And I'm going to say I have better things to do with my time than to sit through and read. I was expressing that the other day very passionately. I am not going to sit and read through a whole copyright thing and sit and read YouTube's rules and restrictions on that. I think YouTube trusts people to make common sense, and there's a reason for that because they didn't give you article after article and message after message about the proper restrictions when you sign on to YouTube. It just gives you, you can open it and just make content. Because I think that YouTube trusts that people have common sense, and I do believe that I have common sense about it. Um, so, and actually, this part will be edited. I need to write this stuff down. I need to write this stuff down. Okay, let's see. YouTube articles. I want to talk about that. Um, I also want to talk about um, I also want to talk about just I also want to talk about the message or not message in the um, AI feature. I am not limiting my content just because I am afraid. I am not taking down any content that I feel proud of, that I want. I'm gonna have to take notes from this because I want to get it all out. So I'm back, I took notes, and I'm ready to continue what I was talking about. Hopefully it'll take shorter than the amount of time it took me to take these notes from that story, which you're not going to see because I did not want you to think anything bad of me. So I'm going to deliver any personal thought that I have in video form and post form from now on. That seems the best solution. Less stories, more posts. Because personally, I want to see the post number go up. So it gives me a good reason to do that. So, okay. So if, I should get a report on my channel or copyright, it's not my fault. It is not my fault. I used what I wanted to use, and I will write to YouTube saying either take this feature down or restrict some of the things even more. Like you can't um produce songs naming people. Like that's one restriction that I think would be reasonable to put in there. Unless that's fine and I was I was making a big deal of nothing on my stories. And actually, I'm not going to post this to YouTube. I do not want to post two videos on this topic. I'm not going to worry about editing this apart from one part. It just no. I don't. I literally do not feel comfortable doing that. So I'm not going to do it. I don't want to just give video after video on AI and video after video on my personal life. That's what Instagram to me is for, but I want to deliver it in a way that is engaging and not me just I'm repeating myself now, so I need to stop. Um, so I'm not limiting the content on my channel I have written down here. Um, I'm not taking down any content that I feel proud of or want. It's another point that I kind of emphasize very, very strongly, very passionately, is if I feel not just proud about something, but just good about it. Like I feel good about it. Like I want to watch that. I can tell you right now, it's not coming down. It is not coming down. I cannot have it come down. Because unlike stories, which are kind of does not have a whole lot of meaning, which I deleted, and I hate deleting things. I will. Here's my rule: I will not delete things unless I feel uncomfortable with it. And I don't want to be seen like this. That's the only reason why I will delete things. Other than that, it will stay up. Not to deplete my creativity, all those kind of things like that. Only if I feel uncomfortable with it, while not limiting my creativity. But I just, you know, again, off button. So anyway, um, I don't want to go off on a rant and tangent about that even. Um, so okay. So the next point that I want to make is this feature, I'm telling you, if you do not have awareness, it can completely take over your life. It can completely just take over your life. It gives you so many things that it's just like, it's all consuming. It's addictive, which is why I made it very, very clear to myself. I'm going to make 31 or 30 or 28 February videos ahead of time at the beginning of the month. I'm going to post a lot at the beginning of the month, schedule the videos out to come out on my channel, and they will come out on my channel on the days that I schedule them to come out. And so that is like, I can do it, but there's a restriction. I can do it, but I can't touch it, for the rest of the month until next month. Like, uh, I mean, it's great that I have awareness, but a lot of people do not have awareness like I do. If I wasn't 21 years old, if I didn't have the wisdom that I have gathered, not that I'm the wisest, of course, but just what I have gathered, then I mean, it would be even worse. I mean, it would be even worse. So thank goodness I am old enough where I have some awareness and some wisdom with things on this. And I think that if you're using this feature, you need awareness, you need restrictions, you need limitations, you need wisdom. And not everybody has that, which is why YouTube, while this feature is good, I don't feel like there is enough restrictions on it. And that could be multiple things. I don't know the reasoning for that. Do I want this taken down? I don't think so. I want to continue producing this content because I think it's cool. I just want them to make modifications to it. That's all that I'm saying. YouTube can, as I said, take it down, censor it even more. People are going to use it. Um, when you sign into the YouTube what's it called? The feature, you get here's what you don't get, or maybe I did get it. I mean, I don't remember if I got it or not. I don't remember if I got this restriction or not. I got this copyright restriction or not. But maybe a message came up saying, acknowledge that I'm going to follow the copyright rules. Well, what are the copyright rules? Nobody's going to who's going to sit through and read a whole article about them? You don't have to do that when you sign on to YouTube. YouTube doesn't make you do that when you sign on to YouTube. So, um, so what they should do if they didn't do it is when you open the feature, it shows a message that pops up that gives you just a basic summary of the copyright restrictions, like don't film these videos or don't do this. And if you do this, then this is what's going to happen to your channel. But what if they don't have to do that? I mean, this is the thing. Like I can think of things in the moment. I can make it as long as I want. You don't have to make clips and forget to say something and then go on and on and on and on. Through the video form, I don't rant and rave, which is what I want. I want to get my thoughts out without ranting and raving. Anyway, um, I keep repeating the same point over and over again, so I do apologize for that. I mean, I have Mercury and Taurus. What can I say? Even though I have a lot of Gemini in my chart, my Mercury and Taurus just repeats things. It's, you know. So anyway, um, so here's the thing. There's a lot of things in my life that I will blame myself for, like hurting somebody or doing this that I feel is wrong, that I personally feel is wrong. I will blame myself when I feel that it is wrong myself. Okay? Period. If I made a mistake, if I did something bad in my life, many, many different things, I will um take the blame for that. If I feel that it is the right thing to do. But if it's going to deplete my creativity, if it's going to deplete what I do for fun, what I enjoy doing, I'm not going to take the blame for that. I'm going to blame YouTube for that completely. Completely blame YouTube. It's not my fault. I mean, I had the awareness, but again, it's YouTube's fault because they were the ones responsible for putting the feature up. And if they didn't put proper restrictions on it, and if I should happen to get res copyright strikes on my channel for some reason, I should get that, which I think is unlikely, but for some reason, then I'm going to blame them. They should have been more responsible with that. Now, I just want to be real. I will not post this content to Instagram because I do not know how it will be, received on Instagram. But I will produce, I will produce things and I have produced things. I produced music with this content. I produced songs about astrology, choral songs about many different astrological topics. I produced AI-based movies. What was the other thing I was going to say about what I um, produced? You know what? I can't think of it. But what I do want to say is through that content, you know, I have produced AI content on my channel. Um, that's been popping up. That's what I wanted to say about that. But here's the thing. When you open up the content, the content, content that I produce in the future, the content that I'm trying to get my mind wrapped around this one point, the content that I have produced in, or the content that I have produced with this. I remember what I was going to say now. So, um, um, so point being, I I indicated that it was AI. I indicated that it was AI by putting hashtags in there. That's because if I put it in the description, nobody's going to see it in short form. I'm not going to put AI generated video on every video. That just seems silly. The best way is to put hashtags. YouTube already provides that shows you the feature AI. It already has it in there. But I just want to make doubly sure that people know. And the kind of cool way that makes sense, I guess you could say, is putting hashtags. So I want to make it abundantly clear without being excessively clear that it is AI. It's not me. I have zero skills in this area. I have zero skills. And so if some random person sees me for the very, very first time and see one of those videos, they know this is AI. This person doesn't know how to do this. This person may or may not produce other content. I think it's so important if you produce AI videos to make your own content. Here's the thing. This is what I'm going to say. And this is what I'm going to say bluntly. Do not go on YouTube only to create AI content. Go on YouTube to create your own content, and you can certainly add it in to your own content. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I believe in. That's what I'm doing. Like, I want to bring the positives of AI, because it doesn't have to be a bad thing, to the channel by these shorts that come out every day. In addition, um, in addition to, um, in addition to the clips that come out. That's what I was trying to say. So, I believe I know right from wrong. Where is my thing? Um, okay, there it is. I I know right and wrong. If a video should be something where I'm just like, I didn't feel comfortable posting this. I'm not going to post it. I'm not going to post the video, period. Um, and so some videos that I came up with, I'm like, is this even legal? Like, is this even real? Like, this looks so real. Like, am I stealing somebody's identity? 'Cause this looks like people in real life. This looks like people in society. Like, I'm afraid that I'm stealing somebody's identity, even though it is AI. There are many shorts where there's people, and it's like, it's artificial, it's not realistic. And so I feel comfortable putting those out. Just like I did Virgo as a short, and some person came up, and I felt fine with that. But then I put astrology in it. Short came up where the two people were talking about um, looking at their horoscopes, and it looked like so real. I just was so worried about it. I just was like, no, I'm not comfortable posting this. Because how are you supposed to know what is AI and what isn't these days? And how are you supposed to know, what content on YouTube is appropriate and what is not, specifically with the AI feature? Don't rack your brain around it. Don't obsess about it. Just, do what you want to do. And YouTube, it should be rest assured. YouTube is responsible for the restrictions. You don't need to worry about it. YouTube is responsible. You can create whatever content you want. YouTube will put those descriptions. Using the AI feature. That is what I want to say. That is what I want to say. Copyright strikes on your channel. Like, I think that YouTube should put a little bit more restrictions on copyright. Like, it should go through the video and say, can't upload video because of copyright. Now, it can't be invasive like stealing information off a website or stealing something that somebody said or images even, but music and videos. Music and videos, that's it. And here's another thing. No idea what, like they have a feature where on the YouTube videos, where you take the video and you remix it, and you can make a short about it. You can make a short about, like, you can turn it into a short by taking the audio and filming a short about it. Like, I feel that that is so wrong because that's like stealing somebody's identity. I would feel so uncomfortable doing that. I wouldn't feel right doing that. So why on earth is that even there? I don't feel like that should be there because I feel out of my knowledge of this and out of my wisdom of this and learning from this, that this is wrong. So I am perplexed as to why that even exists on YouTube. Um, YouTube has a lot of limitations, but not very many limitations. It certainly shouldn't have limitations for the type of video you produce. Mostly. You can't produce like inappropriate sexual videos. I'm gonna be real and raw. I did happen, okay, I don't need to tell you. It's not important. Um, so um like there's an upload limit. Like it gives you daily upload limit, which is pretty, you can upload a lot of videos before the upload limit happens. I put in in that AI feature Goddess Isis. I couldn't produce a video on that. I put in the French Revolution, or I put in the Revolutionary War. I didn't think that it was bad, but YouTube couldn't create it, so I'm disappointed by it. But hey, there's other things I can create with it, and I'd rather have YouTube block it than for me to produce something that I didn't know was against copyright and then have it reported. That's the thing. I should know what is against copyright, not without even having to look at the copyright things. I shouldn't even have to. YouTube should go in and block those things anyway. That's what YouTube should be responsible for, because not everybody, again, is going to have awareness around that. And that is just the truth. Common sense, maybe, but maybe there's more nuance and complexity to that. Um, so I make it very, very simple for myself. As I've said again, if I feel comfortable with it, I will post it. If I don't feel comfortable with it, um, you know, I won't post it. It's as simple as that. So, okay, okay. Maybe songs have the first name of the person maybe repeatedly. Da 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 da. And the last point that I want to make is if I write to YouTube saying this feature needs to be erased and do all this, and why is it not allowing me to produce these videos? Or whatever I said. Point being, if YouTube blames AI saying, well, AI can't create that, that will not fly with me at all. I will not accept that. You should be responsible for putting restrictions on that. Don't blame AI's ability. Don't look to AI. It's a machine, an animate soulless object. YouTube has people that, work for the company that, like, no. So if something happens like this, I will report to YouTube giving all of my opinions, all of my opinions about this feature. And I will even suggest to them to put restrictions on copyright before you even upload the videos. When you're uploading, can't upload video because of copyright. Boom. Simple. It tells you this video is against, so move on. Do something different. And you know it's copyright because you're stealing songs. It then explains this video steals songs. Like boom. Yeah, you put a lot of work into that video, but at least it tells you, hey, this is a restriction, and now I know that I can edit out this part of the video because I know that in future, or whatever it is. Not after you upload the video, but before you even upload it. But you're not allowed to even upload it. I do believe that with copyright being a big issue, AI being a big issue, or it should restrict AI videos even. It should restrict those videos. It should restrict as I've said before, copyright videos because it's so hard to find videos with without AI these days. It's so hard to determine what is AI and what is not. I don't make AI videos indicating it's an AI video because who's gonna watch that? Seriously. Shorts are different. They're informal, they're less significant. You can do that with shorts. But it's getting worse. It's getting very, very hard to tell. And my mission with this is to make it as easy to tell as possible by indicating it, by doing everything I can without being excessive about it and unnecessarily excessive, which I disagree with, um, you know, to indicate it. So that's all that I want to say about this very hot button issue and this feature that YouTube has added specifically. This is probably only 10 minutes. I'm making these very, very short if I go on and on so that they are digestible. My YouTube videos will be longer. I'm not going to cut those off, but just my Instagram stories or videos, I will edit and I will only cut it so that they are digestible. The YouTube videos, they can be 40 minutes, they can be like no, those are more important. Those are where I put my real work into, and I'm not gonna ruin that or make it any more labor intensive than I need to be. Like if something's gonna ruin the fun of those videos, or if I'm not producing videos out of fear or as I've said before, or limiting the content on my channel. Um, you know, I don't want to do that. I want to produce what I want to produce with the common sense that I have about these things and with the trust that YouTube is going to restrict it. In some way or another, it's going to restrict it. Like if I put a song in about sex, it there's a good chance it'll restrict it. Boom. That idea didn't work. Oh, I really wanted to create it, but it's just a short, it's just 30 seconds long. There's many other things that you can create. Move on. Like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I'd rather have that. I'd rather have, um, um, I'd rather have not being able to create something than, creating something and it being illegal to put it on there. So if I'm like, ooh, this is not legal, I won't post it. Anyway, I don't want to go on a rant about that. I think I've gotten all that I want to say, probably even more than I said in the stories in a much better, more controlled, more in-depth way. And I think that making posts will allow me to do that. And I want to give my thoughts in a way that's not rushed, in a way where you can pause the video to hear and digest what I'm saying. I mean, there's there's many benefits to it. You're going to see more posts from me. Just expect that. But would you rather have me ranting and raving? Or would you rather see more posts from me? What would you rather have? Like, I see people, like, there's this lady with 3,000 something posts. Uh, you know, what would you rather have? Would you rather, see me look bad? Or would you rather have me controlled way with more posts? Like what would you rather have? I think that the answer is fairly obvious for most individuals. I think that's all that I wanted to say. Anyway, I don't want to take up any more of my time out of the day. I want to just be done with all of this. Tune in for a story post. Actually, I'm going to give myself a break. I'm just going to wait until I go to bed before posting the next story post. So if I have any updates, they will be um um posts because I don't want to restrict my thoughts on the story. So they will be posts. Any thoughts that I have will be posts. Any posts um that I put on there, I mean, my stories are going to be kind of more boring because all you're going to see is posts. But you're going to see my posts. You're going to see others' posts. At least you're going to see a variety of different types of posts. Oracle cards, maybe cooking. It's going to be all posts, but it's not going to be the same post and maybe not even the same type of post. So That's what that's what you're gonna see. Only posts or me ranting and raving. That's your choice. I choose only posts. Not only for the ranting and raving, but for the other reasons why I'm making videos I listed. So anyway, bye for now.